everyone, and welcome to the Magic Mirror. As you can see, today it's going to be Spyro! Yay! Spyro is one of my favorite things from my childhood, and actually still something that I really want to play this day, but sadly it's only my brother that has it for the new PlayStation 4 and are playing it right now. Actually, we were all like really fond of Spyro. My mom, me, and my brother. Spyro came out in 1998, and it was a really great game. Like, I will warn you for spoilers for all of the games and secrets and stuff for like all of that good stuff here. But yeah, if you have played Spyro, you know what I'm talking about. You know all of the secrets, you know all of that good things that you should do and stuff like that. And like running fast down in the levels, or like getting the fire breath later on by Pixie kissing you, or Elf, or what she is. And that was really amazing, and you completed it really fast with having that breath. But actually, someone that I would recommend here is actually the United Gamer, aka Dylan, and yeah, of course, original 151, aka Vinny, that are playing a co-op against each other in this game. I will put a link to it in the description down below. It's funny to see Vinny go through the levels and having a really hard time, and Dylan going through the levels being like having experience and stuff like that. So Dylan was also one of the ones that were growing up with this game almost like I did, and my brother as well. My mom also really loved to play these games, and I remember we were switching around with the levels actually, and the gameplay. And I remember there was a level with a dragon that was really hard to get, but when we found out how we were supposed to run down the slopes and jump in the really last second, or how to say that, and jump from slope to slope, and just go down and up and stuff like that, then it was really fun to do. But I will say, like, when we first did that, it was just like, okay, yeah, we are not going to do this again. This is really hard to do. There's also a lot of other Spyro games I know about, like where he, for example, gets different breaths, so like thunder breath and stuff like that. But I haven't been playing that game that much. Actually, more my mom have played that game, and it's also pretty, I will say, difficult. I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like, I really more feel like for the other Spyro games here, I might be biased, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Of course, there's all of this good stuff with the bosses as well. You remember all of the bosses, how to do those and stuff like that. If you were growing up with Spyro on the PlayStation, you would definitely know how to do it on the PlayStation 4. And they're like kept all of the secrets from the original Spyro to the new Spyro, even the thing with getting 99 lives, or like the way to open boxes and stuff like that, using the cannons to open boxes, and all of this good stuff that I do remember from the game. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. I just enjoyed everything that is with Spyro. I think like the background story is really cute. I think like it has really a good amount of potential as well. With like all of the other games I have been talking about, this and Crash Bandicoot is the ones that I really wanted to have remade, and I got my wish. So yeah, but yeah, I have only tried it a little bit at my brother's place, but what I could see, it was the same levels, it was the same outlook on the game and stuff like that, and I was really surprised about this. So yeah, I will recommend that you get a PlayStation 4 actually, and you get the new Spyro game revamped version. So yeah, that's actually all that I can say with that. And I'll show a little bit of gameplay here, the evolution of Spyro, and the ones that are like me that grew up with it, they know like how it looked in the start, how bad it looked and stuff like that. That was pretty funny. And talking about like things to have in your games, there are these annoying thieves, and we all hated those. Like, don't tell me you found those were funny, or like, well, they are funny, but they were just like really hard to get, and it was really brutal to like chase through the levels and try to get that stupid dragon egg. So yeah, that was one of the things that I do remember, and also actually finding the dragons and opening for them. I know I have been maybe talking about this, but I remember a level where the dragon was really hard to get, and we had to go down slopes and stuff like that. But there's also a other level, and it was a flying level where you have to breathe fire on these yeah, for the marina, how to say that, light houses, and it was just so hard. I don't remember the name of the level, but I just remember the flying levels being really hard, and the game developer being like, oh, that was supposed to be like one of the things that was easy, and you're just like, really? Okay, yeah. And I remember my brother actually being better at the flying levels, so we let him do those. I must admit that was not something for me, but like completing all of the bosses is really fun, and you do remember certain things with the bosses that are secrets and stuff like that, and especially the first boss with the sheep and stuff like that. That's pretty funny. And of course, Nasty Nork in the end. That's just great. Or the dragon in the other game. That's also really great. I think like all of the storylines are really good. I especially love the original Spyro here that I have shown pictures from and are talking about here. But yeah, I just do remember everything, like every little secret and stuff like that from the games. And the sound of this game is just beautiful. It's just like you remember the sound, and I also appreciate that they took the sound from the old games and put it into the newer versions as well. They didn't compromise in that point, or how to say that. So yeah, that's really great as well. I must admit, like, this was a little hard to do with for me, because like it's so near and dear to my heart, and like something that I grew up with, Spyro. Actually, I thought that there was a lot more than just the game and stuff like that, but I couldn't find the animated series. I know like there's a parody series out there, or how to say that, and there's also the death battle. Of course, I'm going to leave a link to all of that good stuff down below. But yeah, I really appreciate everything that they were with Spyro, and I'm looking forward to play a little more, maybe when I visit my brother again in the future. That could be really funny. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this is just one of the games that you have to go and play and have to try. I may like this may not be your cup of tea, but I think like everybody could actually play this game. Of course, you have to be a little bit of age to steer the game and stuff like that, but elsewise, I think like it doesn't have any like brutalness, or like any vile humor and stuff like that. I think like it's actually more PG than Crash Bandicoot, but yeah, there's still things in it. So yeah, I will say like, yeah, I really do love everything that is with Spyro, and again, I do remember all of the levels and the gameplay and stuff like that. So yeah, I do think like this is one of the games that were actually getting a revamp, and it actually deserved that. So yeah, I really do appreciate that they took this and Crash Bandicoot. That is my two favorite, almost one of my two favorite games from my childhood, so yeah. But that was actually all for the Magic Mirror today about Spyro the Dragon. I hope that you enjoyed this. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay. Bye.